Most important thing in my life.
Especially with John Ross's voting shares, he seems so important to you. But now that you're no longer with Ewing Oil, you don't need them.
Is that what you think?
I'm really trying to understand.
Well, kind of disappointed. I was counting on your help. I had this little affair with you. Invited to her.
What kind of an affair?
Well, it's a wedding. Invitation for two. Someplace called South Fork. I believe you're the bride.
JR, oh, I'd be so happy to go to my wedding with you.
The energy to get you started, and amino acids to help you recover and make through. Start as strong as you finish with amino energy, and make your workout worth the effort. Morning.
Mail in?
In the hallway. Have you two had breakfast?
No, not yet.
Could have it with me. We'd love to.
Miss Ellie, I have some news.
Oh? What's that, Sue Ellen?
JR and I have set the wedding date.
That's wonderful.
If it's all right with you, we'd like to keep it simple this time. A few friends and family.
Whatever you want is fine with me, Sue Ellen. Are you happy?
We're very happy.
So am I. Oh, JR, I'm very pleased.
Now what? Oh, yeah. I'm glad. Really.
Hello?
Hello, Ellie.
Hello, Harv.
The hearing is set for tomorrow.
Oh, good. JR, it's Harv Smithfield. They've set the hearing for tomorrow.
Talk to you. Harv,
Yes, JR.
got a cancellation?
Yes. Judge will hear the case tomorrow.
Oh, well, that's wonderful.
What about the eyewitness? You been able to get him into the country yet?
I'm working on it.
Do what you have to. We need him.
Harv, he'll be there if I have to swim him across the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay. Bye.
Hello? Oh. Just a minute, please. Ray?
Thanks, hello. Hello? Oh, Miss Ellie.
Ray, I thought you should know that we're having a court hearing tomorrow about Jock.
Tomorrow? I'm not sure we can get a plane by then.
Well, that's all right. There's no need for you to be there, but if there are no hitches, Harv will be opening the will day after tomorrow, and I do think you should be back for that. I know it's short notice.
No, that's all right, really. We'll manage. Are you all right, Miss Ellie?
Yes, Ray, I'm fine, thanks. I'll see you when you get back.
Bye. They're going to read the will day after tomorrow. Miss Ellie wants us to come back home.
Well, I'll check the flight schedule. There's an early flight on Thursday.
That sounds like a good one. Then we can spend another day with you, Aunt Lil. I'll be back in a little while, okay, hon?
Wait a minute. Oh, Ray. Where are you going?
I just want to go find Mickey. I need to talk to him.
Wonderful.
I just need to talk to him, okay?
Well, family get-together. Don't you, Bobby?
Cliff,
I mean, the Ewings and the Barnes sitting down, festively breaking bread.
How is it working at Stonehurst, Cliff?
Great. Marilee's got a marvelous company. I'll put in a good word for you if you want.
Well, it's awfully kind, but I have a job, thank you.
Oh, I know you do, but then, of course, you won't have after your daddy's will's read, but don't worry about it. I'll help you out. What a brother-in-law's for.
and what's all that about?
Cliff thinks JR is going to get his old job back at Ewing Oil.
Is that true?
It's possible, I suppose.
Excuse me, but can't anybody think of anything to talk about besides JR?
I can't.
Neither can I. And if JR is going to take over Ewing Oil again, as far as I'm concerned, it's all-out war.
Mama, you're vengeful.
Well, if that's all you're going to talk about, I'll leave.
Pam, wait.
Mommy, I'd like to go.
Please, darling.
There's no sense in staying.
Of course there is. Come on now, sit down.
No, I thought for once we could all have a nice, quiet dinner together. All you do is talk about JR and revenge. Now, what's the point?
Sit down. We'll change the subject.
Oh my god.
How soon did you start the search for Mr. Ewing?
Just as soon as I heard he's 2 hours overdue. Job was never late. So I sent up the helicopters and lac planes, had them circling that whole area in there. I guess right the first time I must have had about a dozen up there.
The depositions read earlier support that, Your Honor.
I'm aware of that, counsel.
I'm just making a point.
Your Honor, I had ground searches sent out from every one of our drilling sites down there.
Now, how long did they operate?
Oh, all in all, I reckon the better part of 2 months.
Everything is substantiated in statements taken by the consul.
All right, all right. Now, is there anything more that you want him to tell me?
I know, Your Honor, that'll be all.
All right, call the next witness.
Is there Mr. Lee Evans in the courtroom? If so, please step forward and take a stand.
The weather was so bad, I didn't see the chopper till I was on it.
But there was a collision?
Yes, sir. I tried to bank, but his rotor blade caught me right in the tail section. Before I knew it, I was shaking something awful. I don't know how I did it, but I managed to glide some. I came down in a partial clearing about 5 miles from the crash.
Now, tell me, did you actually see Mr. Ewing's helicopter crash?
Yes, sir, I did. It dropped like a hunk of metal into the lake.
Thank you. You can step down. Call the next witness.
Court calls Bobby Ewing to the stand, please.
When we found Mr. Evans, we knew where to look for my father. We got to the lake, we combed the area all around it. When that didn't turn up anything, we got some boats, and my brother Ray and I and a team of divers started going down. The bottom of that lake, Your Honor, is like quicksand. It sucks up everything that it touches. But we kept going back, and we finally found 2 things. We found a tail section of a rotor from a helicopter and a medallion.
Your Honor, I may.
Oh my god.
Exhibit 17.
That's the medallion that my daddy always wore around his neck.
I'm gonna need an answer, Mickey.
I gotta think about it.
I can appreciate that, but we're going back to Dallas.
Don't push me, okay?
Oh my god.
all about?
I asked him to come to South Fork. I told him I'd talk to the judge and cover his debts. Maybe he can work him off at the ranch.
Ray, don't you think that you are taking on just a little bit more than you can handle?
I can keep an eye on him that way, Donna. Jock did the same thing for me.
Ray, for heaven's sakes, Jock raised 3 sons before he ever even met you. He did have some experience.
I'll get it on the job.
Well, you'll get it all right.
Do you really hate the idea that much?
Oh, look. We'll work it out. When's he coming?
Well, if he comes, he's gonna go home with us.
Do you mean that he doesn't even want to come?
He's making up his mind.
Great.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. Daddy's gone. I certainly don't need a judge to tell me that.
I was coming back in.
All rise, please.
Be seated, please. The district court is again in session. I have examined the evidence set before this court, and it appears to bear out the fact that a helicopter had indeed crashed somewhere in the jungles of South America, and its occupant was the chairman of the board of the Ewing Oil Company. Now, I wish that more tangible evidence had been presented today. Unfortunately, it wasn't. Let me repeat the question that I first asked at the outset of these proceedings. Now, the motion before the court is to declare John Ross Ewing Sr. dead. Is any person in this court in possession of evidence to indicate any facts to the contrary? Now, if so, this is the time for him to speak up. All right, then. I see no reason to contradict the motion. Judgment of this court is that John Ross Ewing Sr. died in a place unknown in the jungles of South America.
Plus Hulu and ESPN Plus team up.
Got it, I got it.
Epic stories.
This is the way.
The largest streaming TV library. And can't miss sports. Are better together.
Dance for everyone.
Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. Get all 3 for $12.99 a month.
Since retirement, I've been trying a lot of new things. With Frank's Red Hot, it's the perfect blend of flavor and heat, like me. And credit on all the recipes I've mastered. I put that on everything.
I spent $5,000 getting that witness